The last few weeks for you. An 80th cap for Scotland and stoppage time winner in Warsaw. 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League with Liverpool and the only team with a 100% record in the league phase of the Champions League so far. So how do you sum up how things are going at the moment and why they're going so well for you?
Yeah, thanks for mentioning my Scotland goal. Appreciate that. No, it's been good so far. Obviously we're sitting nicely in both competitions, but we're allowing probably other people to maybe look at it a bit more than us. We're just focused on tomorrow night, but of course winning games and things like that brings confidence, and I think you can see that within the team just now. I think we're all playing with confidence. We all believe in what we're doing, and I think that can only help with results, and that shows you with the two positions that we're in. But we also know that there's a long way to go in both competitions, and it's not time to get carried away.
I'm sure you probably knew as well that we were going to ask you something that isn't so positive at the moment, because Mo obviously made some comments at the weekend about not being offered a contract and that he's more out than in at the moment. So, I mean, we saw you having a laugh with him at training, but how do you feel about what he's had to say and the prospect of him going in the summer?
I thought that was going to be your first question, to be fair.
Have a bit on that as well.
Yeah. Like, honestly, for us as players, it's nothing that we can really get involved in. All I can say is, you look at Mo today, you look at Mo yesterday, he's the ultimate professional, and in fairness, it goes for all three of them. Mo, Virgil and Trent, who are all in similar positions. Every one of them is so focused on, the next game and training and preparing properly, and, they've been leaders this year. That's the way they've done it. And I think for us within the changing room, I think if they can do that, then we kind of do that, and we don't get distracted by anything else, and they're not getting distracted, and I think we're all just excited for the game tomorrow night.
You kind of touched on it as well, saying there's still a long way to go, but Mo also said that he's fully focused on winning the Premier League and Champions League this season. Having already been part of teams that have done both of those, what do you see in this group that makes you think you could win one or both this season?
Yeah, look, I think what we've shown is that we can win football matches so far in this season, but I also think there's a long way to go, and we have to. I think, like you says, there's a few of us that have got the experience of winning both, and I think you need a consistency, you need a bit of luck along the way as well in terms of injuries and form and things like that. But so far we've had that. We've had good performances, and maybe when we've not been at our best, we've still found a way to win, which is good. But we're only 12 games in the Premier League, 4 games in the Champions League, and I still think there's a lot of football to be played, and there'll be a lot of twists and turns and things like that. But when you're in a good moment, you have to try and keep going and try and build that momentum, and I think that's what we've been quite good at so far, and we have to try and continue that, because we know we've got big games coming up, and if we can get results in them, then our position can strengthen.
Paul Joyce.
Andy, there's probably been more high-profile games against Real Madrid than this one in recent seasons, but for the development of this team, do you think a win over a team as strong as Real Madrid is still an important stepping stone?
Yeah, of course. I think obviously we've played, since I've been here, we've played Real Madrid I think 5 or 6 times, and obviously we've not been on the winning side yet, but I think there's only a few of us that have probably been involved in that. It's quite a different squad, a new squad that a lot of the players probably haven't faced Real Madrid with Liverpool yet, and also the same for them. They're a new squad, new faces, and things like that. So I think when it comes to these big games and you play against the best players and the best teams, then of course you want to be, one, involved in the games, and 2, you want to get the result, because it'll probably be the most watched game this week, and that's what big players want to be a part of. And I think if we can get the win, it just puts us in an even better position within the Champions League, but also you're beating one of your competitors, which is always nice. So we're excited by that prospect, but we also know how good Real Madrid can be, and we know that they'll come here full of belief and full of confidence that they can get the result, and hopefully come tomorrow night we're the happier ones.
And as someone who's been here a few years and won everything, does your leadership for the group become more important now, given the situation that the team is in as we stand this season?
Yeah, of course. Like I says, there's only a few of us that have probably experienced success as in the two probably big trophies, and we all have to dip into that, and we have to help the new players, the younger players, and things like that, because it can be quite easy to get carried away and start looking too far ahead. But I think we've got enough within the changing room that won't allow that to happen, and that's where we rely on probably me, Virgil, Mo, Trent, Ali, Joe Gomez, people like that have been there and done it, that can just put a cam on everything and focus on the next game, because that's the most important. So we're fully focused on tomorrow night, and then come 11 o'clock tomorrow night we'll fully focus on Man City, and then whatever happens then we'll fully focus on Newcastle. And that's just the way we work, and we've always worked, and I think that's what will work best for our changing room, and obviously we are key to that.
And you just think, any of the lads who played in 2018 and 2022 still feel as though you may owe them one though for what happened? It must have been one of the low points in an otherwise high career.
No, I don't really look into owing people one or revenge or anything like that. I think both games were different. I think 2018 was so important for our journey. I think nobody really expected us to probably be in the Champions League final that year, and it gave us the belief that we could compete in that tournament again and go on and then win it the next year, which was so important. I think 2022 obviously hurt a lot more at the time. I thought we played well in the game. I thought we dominated the game, and their goalkeeper was man of the match, which probably tells you a lot. But they do what they do. There's a reason why they've won the competition the most out of any team. But there's not. I think the squad is too new. I think their squad's too new, and we're just looking at tomorrow to try and strengthen our position at the top of that table, because we know how important finishing in the top 8 can be in terms of seeding for the last 16 and not having a playoff and things like that, and that's all we're focused on.
Gentlemen with the headphones.
Danny, the headphones.
Hola Andy, ¿qué tal? Sergio Horas del Desmarque. Esta mañana hemos estado en West Derby, la zona donde creció y nació Trent Alexander-Arnold. Le conocemos futbolísticamente, pero tú que eres su compañero, que llevas muchos años en el vestuario con él, cuéntanos un poquito cómo es Trent Alexander-Arnold dentro del vestuario. Gracias.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got it. Don't worry. It was a little bit quiet, but I got it. Don't worry. I think the question's about Trent. Yeah. No, look, Trent's like I said, one of the closest friends I've got in the changing room. We've kind of went on the journey together. He's obviously a fantastic footballer, fantastic person, and yeah, I think the quality speaks for himself. At the top level, one of, if not the best right back in the world, and I think he shows that year on year. And probably people forget that he's still fairly young. He's probably getting a wee bit older now, but he's still young enough to get even better. And I think that's the main thing for him. He's got a will to succeed, a will to learn, and I think you've seen that this season as well. And look, he's a pleasure to play with. And obviously, like it says, we've kind of grown together within the full-back role, and I've enjoyed doing that with him.
Gentleman next to you.
Hola, buenas tardes, Andrés Rubio de Televisión Española. Quería preguntarte por tu entrenador, por Arne Slot. El comienzo de temporada está siendo espectacular, 16 victorias en 18 partidos. ¿Cómo está siendo trabajar con él estos primeros meses? Gracias.
Yeah, look, I think the manager and the coaches that have came in have been a breath of fresh air. I think they've came in with their ideas, their new there's a lot of new staff and things like that, and I think credit to the players. I think we've all bought into it. I think we've all really enjoyed it, and look, obviously results help that. Results help breed confidence within the coaches, within the players, and I think that's one of the key reasons. But also the amount of work we do on the training pitch, the amount of meetings we have, how many hours the manager and the coaches put in is incredible, and they make sure that we're the best prepared possible for every single game, and it's up to us to then go out and try and play our best for them. And I think more often than not this season we've done that, and hopefully that can continue. But the manager and the coaches since they've came in have been fantastic. I think everyone's enjoyed working with them, and hopefully that can continue.
One here.
Hi Andy, Juan Yehue for Flash Score in Spain. Of course, the results have been very good this season so far. I live here. I live in
No
Liverpool,
problem,
so
English,
it's
yeah,
okay.
no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, so as I was saying, the results have been very good so far this season, and you have said that there are many different new faces since the previous matches against Real Madrid. So what are the main strengths in this current squad to get a good result tomorrow night? Thank you.
Yeah, look, I think one I've just touched on in terms of we're playing with confidence. We've shown that we know how to win games this season in different ways. On Sunday we've obviously had to come from behind, probably not our finest performance, but we managed to find a way to win. And then other times we've been able to, keep a clean sheet. Other times we've been, pretty comfortable in games. So I think the confidence that the players are playing with can help, because going into a big game, you want to be confident, you want to feel good about yourself, and we believe in what we're doing. So I think that is what we go into every game thinking. We believe that we can cause any team problems and we can try and get the best out of each other, and we've shown that quite a few times this season, and hopefully we can show that tomorrow night, because there's no bigger task than playing against Real Madrid, and we'll have to bring our A game to try and get anything out of the game, and if we do that, then I believe we've got enough on the pitch that can cause them problems.
And after the last one at the back, because we got the Liverpool manager waiting to come in.
Andy, I can try it in English. Sergio Herrero for Caliente TV Mexico. You were talking before about your leadership in the team, and today in the training before, you tried, while you were warming up, you grabbed Salah to put him the first. I mean, you know him very well. How does he feel? I mean, you know him well. Is he maybe a little bit sad because of this situation?
He didn't look sad to me. Mo comes into training every single day with a smile on his face. He is in the gym working as hard as ever. He's on the training pitch working as hard as ever. So, in terms of that, he's one of the happiest people in the training ground. That's for sure. He enjoys every moment of being in there, and I think that can tell. I think if you can find me a picture from training today where he looks sad, then fair enough. But I think he looks happy at all times, and I think he's such a focused individual that he'll be focused. He'll be in his house now, probably focused on tomorrow night, and that's the main thing. That's what all good players do. That's what all the best in the world do, and most certainly falls into that category.